Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Commonwealth Alliance plan webinar. My name is David Rassam, and I am with Insurance Advisors Direct. I'm a sales brokerage manager here at IAD, and CCA is one of the carriers that I manage. I would like to welcome Yosh Chandler from CCA that will be presenting the CCA Medicare Advantage plans and including the DSNP. And also, we are going through some questions and we get answers from Yosh. If you're not familiar with IAD, we are a full service FMO or field marketing organization. We provide a wide spectrum of services, including leads, product offering, technology, sales tools, training and education, marketing services, and so forth. So, without further ado, I will hand the control to Yosh to show us more about CCA and why we should sell CCA in 2024.
Thank you, David. Thank you for having me. Hello, everybody from IAD. I'm glad you guys are here. Yes, my name is Yoshio Chandler. I am with CCA Health of Michigan. I am the broker sales manager for Michigan, and I've been with CCA now for almost a full year. We had a pretty strong AEP, and we're looking at 2024 to continue that growth and go into 2025. So without further ado, we're going to touch on a few things in the slide that I'm sure many of you guys have already seen before, but just a quick recap here. First things first is talking about where are we? CCA is only in 7 counties right now here in Michigan, and that's going to be Lapeer, St. Clair, Macomb, Genesee, Oakland, Wayne, and Monroe. Now, the caveat to Monroe is that we only have one plan in Monroe, and that is our Excel plan. So only the HMO POS is able to be sold in Monroe County, not the DSNP. DSNP is able to be sold in all the other ones, though. So that is something that you can definitely do. In regards to network, we do have several people that we did bring in, and we'll touch on that a little bit later on as well of how to find these people. But the big thing is that we do have tenant DMC. That's a big one. Ascension. We do have, with the caveat on Henry Ford, no PCPs with Henry Ford as of right now. We do have their specialists and their hospitals as being in network, as well as Corwell, also known as Beaumont. They're still on that switch. Outside of that, we are still working on getting all of the Trinity into being in network. Right now, the only ones that we've been seeing so far are right there in Monroe County and also in Ohio. So if you do come across somebody that's in the Trinity network, don't say, yes, you can definitely go to CCA, definitely check with us. We'll make sure that you are good to go. We also have McLaren and the Greater Genesee County ACO. Moving forward to the big stuff, which is going to be the plans. We only have 2 plans here in Michigan, the HMO POS, which is the Medicare Excel, and the Medicare Maximum plan, which is the HMO DSNP. Both of them are 0 premium, which is great. In terms of the deductible, as you can see, 0 as well. The big thing I'm going to highlight right now, specialist copays for in-network. Right there on the Excel plan, $10. It is a very strong copay for anybody that is coming off either from the DSNP plan or looking for a MAPD plan to help lower their costs. So those are the 2 plans right there side by side. As you can see, with the DSNP, we know that everything that they have is 0 copays. They do not have to pay anything. Pay attention to the maximum out of pocket for the Medicare Excel plan for the HMO POS. It is $3,800. As you can see here, we do have some coverage here for the dental. Our dental is actually covered through Delta Dental, and it's using their network, their plan. So you can see the annual benefit maximum on the DSNP plan is $3,500. That's a big amount. And also with the DSNP plan, they do get implants. So a lot of people do have that question of, are implants covered? Yes, they are covered on the DSNP plan. They are not covered on the Excel plan. So as you can see right here at the bottom, implants, 0. And then on the Excel plan, not covered. So just be sure not to say, yeah, you can get your implants and they're on the Excel plan, they cannot. We do have crowns on these dentures. Those are covered on both plans, as well as the fillings and annual exams. So you'll see that constantly. Going into the ancillary benefits, we do get a lot of questions about this. They get their healthy savings card. So they do have the OTC benefits on both plans. They do not have healthy food on the Excel plan. Um, so just make sure you don't say like, yeah, you can get food as well on the Excel. No, they cannot. That is for the DSNP. And also with several of these, the healthy food, the utilities, the identity protection, those are all SSBCI benefits. So if you are talking to a beneficiary about these coverages that they can get, be sure to let them know that it is subjected to their SSBCI being accepted. So that means that if they have like diabetes, if they've had a stroke, if I believe cancer is one of them. There's a long list of ways to qualify, and there is a form that the doctor would have to sign and send over to us, or it could be done by a claim, such as a prescription, or if they have to go to the hospital for one of the reasons that are listed on the SSBCI. So just make sure that you are aware of that before you say, yes, you're going to get these benefits that are subjected to the SSBCI. So as you can see, we have the vision sneakers. This is going to be on the HMO DSNP. For every HMO DSNP beneficiary, they get $100 towards sneakers every year. And the places that they can go is pretty extensive. I mean, they could go to DSW. I believe they can go to Foot Locker. There's a very long list of shopping places that they can go and get their sneakers. And it doesn't have to be a specific type. It's not limited to a specific brand. It's anything up to that $100. So if they sit there and they see the brand new Nike Air Force Jordans and they're like, oh my gosh, they're $90. I want to get those, they can get them. It's part of the plan that we have built in there. Now you'll notice on the Excel benefits, there is no sneaker benefit there. Both plans do have fitness. So we do have Silver and Fit, which does have several gyms that they can go to. That is also included in their benefits. So this just puts it out next to each other. As you can see, $750 a quarter is the OTC that we provide on the DSNP, and then $240 per quarter on the HMO POS. So those are still very strong numbers when you really break it down. 240 is I believe that's the 80, that's $80 a month, and 750 that's 100 and yeah, it's about $250 a month. So you really weigh that out. It can help either person on any of those two plans. Vision allowance, $300 on the Excel, $550 on the DSNP, and it's the vision for us is very unique. It's pretty much anywhere that they accept Visa. We are debating whether we want to switch over to a network or not. We'll have news on that when we make a final decision, but ultimately it's anywhere that does accept Visa. Hearing aids, $1,500 for two aids per year. Transportation, this is a big one on the Excel plan, 12 round trips post-hospitalization to the PCP or behavioral health professional. That's only on the Excel plan. So they have to have been hospitalized in order to use the transportation benefit, and then they can only go to their PCP or behavioral health 12 round trips versus the DSNP, which is 50 one-way trips within 20 miles for medical use only. And I believe that medical use can include the gym. So if I can double check on that, but I'm pretty sure that is included in there as well. We talked about the dental, talked about the sneaker allowance, and you can see that these are starred. So that's the sneaker allowance, the identity theft protection, the food benefit is also part of that SSBCI. There's also acupuncture and chiropractic care on both plans. So that is also a benefit for everybody. And then the reduced cost for insulin. On the Excel, it's $10 for 30 days versus the DSNP 0 for 30 days. But that is very low. We're way under the threshold that has been outlined. Outside of that, this gives you a couple of ideas of where you can go for some of these things. For the CVS, Walmart, Walgreens, Rite Aid, you can do that for your OTC. We really like to partner with local pharmacies as well. So if you do come across somebody that is a local pharmacist or a beneficiary that says, "Oh, I only go to this pharmacist," they're local, they're not a CVS or not a Walgreens, and for some reason they're not in network with us, please let us know. We want to partner with those people. Um, the big thing for CCA and CCA Health of Michigan is it's all about those community relationships. We want to build in the community. We want to enrich the community, and we want to make sure that we are giving support to the community as well. So when you come across those pharmacies, even doctors, let us know. We really want to make sure that we're reaching out to them and connecting with them. And there's quite a few here in Michigan. As you can see with the food, we have Kroger, Farm Box, as well as everywhere else for the OTC. So you can still go to Walmart, CVS, and we did recently bring in Meyer. It just wasn't on this slide. So we finally got that squared away, and you can now go to Meyer as well. Sneakers, there's 1,100 locations. That's why I said there's a long list of places that they can go. Like I said, DSW, Famous Footwear is on there, Finish Line, Foot Locker. I mean, there's just so many places that they can go. So they can really make sure that they have a pair of sneakers, a new pair of sneakers every year. And even if they don't use it for themselves, we won't know. So if they buy their grandson or granddaughter a pair of sneakers, we're not going to know. Utilities, that is only on the DSNet plan, and it is really just for your cable, your water, electric, and gas. So it's really as long as they accept Visa, we should be able to work with them. And some of the examples there: Xfinity, Verizon, Spectrum, which we see a lot here in Detroit. Is a lot of Spectrum. Vision, like I said, anywhere that accepts Visa. So some of them that they outlined: Normandy Optical, Lens Crafters, Pearl Vision, Target Optical is a big one. I even went to Target Optical for my contact lenses. They're great. But that's not a plug for Target, just saying that you can go pretty much anywhere. Outside of that, let's see if there's anything else we need to touch on in the slides here. And I'll put my information up real quick so that you guys have that. So this is my name, and this is my direct phone number. This is my cell phone. So anytime that you call me, David can attest to this, I do pick up the phone.
Yes, you do.
If I don't, I will call you back. I'm
Okay.
pretty responsive on the emails as well. So if for some reason you can't get a hold of me, there's Jeff's information. He's my boss. He's also very accessible. But I do a pretty good job, and I like to also communicate to the brokers and to the FMOs when I'm not going to be available or when I'm traveling. So just as a heads up for everybody, because we are February 15th, April 8th, we do have a baby that's due. So probably the month of April, I'm not going to be available. So just a heads up there. But I will have my phone still on me. So if it is an emergency and for some reason you can't get a hold of Jeff, always feel free to reach out. I will do my best to help you, even if I'm not available.
Okay.
And yeah, so that's it for the slides. Any
Okay.
questions from you, David?
All right. Yeah, I think if I have those slides, so I'm going to actually forward them also to agents and so forth. So some of the questions, thank you very much for this really good quick presentation. Great benefits. But some of the questions actually were why choose CCA, especially the DSNP.
Mhm.
I can see that is a really strong value in there.
It is. It's an interesting question when I get asked that, like, why should I sell CCA? And as a former broker, my response is always, you want to do what's best for the beneficiary. Now, I work for CCA. I love CCA. I want you guys to sell the product. But ultimately, it really comes down to making sure that the doctors are in network, that we're the right fit. And in most cases, if the doctors are in network, we're pretty much going to be a great fit for anybody, especially on the D-SNP plan. Outside of that, outside of product, the biggest thing that I could say as to why people should work with us is we're pretty small. We're growing, but we're a small organization, which means that we have more touch points, we're more accessible, we're more communicative than just the big ones that are out there.
Mm,
It makes it a little bit more personable. And additionally, from the broker's side, any kind of feedback that you get or any experiences that you have, communicate it to us so that way we know, oh, okay, this is working, this is not working. And that way you also have a hand in how we grow here in Michigan. It isn't just about the sales for us. In fact, the sales, yes, they're important. We want to have them, but really it's about making sure that we're doing the right thing and building correctly.
okay.
We've been in 7 counties for the past 2 years, and those are the 2 years that we've been here in Michigan so far. And we haven't pushed to go further because we really want to make sure that we do things correctly and that we're doing things to really help the community. If we go too big, too fast, somebody's going to fall through the cracks, and we don't want that.
Yes.
We want to build steady. We want to make sure that we're doing everything the right way.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. Now, Brokers Hub. Some agents actually they're new to this, or you changed. CCA changed their platform recently. Is that correct?
That is
Okay.
correct.
So Brokers Hub, can you explain what can be done and what is Brokers Hub first, and how to use Brokers Hub?
Yeah, so Brokers Hub came about before AEP of this year for 2023 going into
Okay.
2024. I'm going to share my screen so that you can see it again. So this is the Brokers Hub. This is your one-stop shop as a broker for everything. The
Okay.
web address for it is commonwealthcarealliance.org/mi/brokers.
Okay.
This is where you can enroll members. This is where you can order your materials that you need. This is where you do your
Hmm.
agent certifications. This is where you can find forms and documents that we've told you, like, hey, this is a form that they need to fill out. It's probably right here on the Broker Hub. You can just pull it up. If for some reason it's not, it might be a new form. Always reach out to me and I can pull it up for you. This is also where you'll find the formularies and also be able to look up doctors. So it is literally the one-stop shop for the brokers.
Okay. Cool. Now, is there a login? I believe there is a login to that, or
Nope. No
no
login to
login?
get to the page. Now to get into the enrollment and to order your materials, yes, you have to have a login.
That
Uh,
is next, actually. How do you enroll a prospect?
so there are two
So
ways,
there-
and the most effective way. So as you can see, I just clicked on enroll members, and
Okay.
you'll see this online enrollment tool. This is the most effective way to enroll a member. It's going to take you to the Sunfire portal for CCA. So if I click on that, it will hyperlink us right over to Sunfire. As you can see, boom, there's my login information. I log into Sunfire, and that's where I would enroll the beneficiary. The other way to do the enrollment, and this is not the preferred way, but if all else fails and for some reason you can't get into Sunfire,
Okay.
you can do the paper app and you can fax that over to us, or you can email it to enrollment MI. So that's enrollment MI, like Michigan, all one word,
Mhm.
at commonwealthcare.org.
Okay.
Additionally, with the Sunfire, all the brokers get a PURL, so a personal URL. So even if for some reason you can't log into your Sunfire, as long as you have your PURL, the beneficiary can get enrolled that way too.
Okay, cool. So there are two ways of doing it. That's good.
Mhm.
That's excellent, because I do get calls sometimes like, how do I enroll? It's like, well, the platform's changed, but you can use Sunfire, and always paper app, not preferred, but it can get the work done,
Yeah, yeah.
you know?
Old school still works. But we're trying to change with the times.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, now provider lookup, provider in network. Well, that's right there. That's also on the brokers hub
Yep.
there.
So when you click on the provider directory,
Okay.
it'll tell you like, hey, this is the provider directory. It has some forms here. But then you scroll down and you see find a provider or find a pharmacy.
Okay,
If you click on find a provider, this is where you're typically going to go. It's going to populate right here. You're going to want to make sure that you choose Michigan. Don't choose a different state. You
okay,
put in the location. It doesn't have to be a specific address. Like we can type in Detroit, for instance, and there's Detroit right there. And then you choose the best way that I've found so far is by choosing the specialty that we're trying to find. So if it is a PCP, you can click on PCP and then you can do the search.
okay,
I'm going to do this real quick and then I'll jump right back because I'll show you the rest of the ways to look some things up. Now, obviously, this is going to pull up every single PCP in the Detroit
yes,
area.
right,
So as you can see, 1,046 results found. Then you can click and print and turns right into a PDF and you can do Control F, find it better that way. I find that that works a little bit better
okay,
than trying to search by name or institution. One, because sometimes we may misspell the name. Two, sometimes they're not under their name, they're under the institution name. So trying to navigate through that, it could take you a little bit longer. This way, it just makes it easier. You have this, you could do it that way. You can even do it like if you wanted to, you could choose Wayne County
oh, okay, so that's
and do it for the whole county.
Wayne County, wow,
Yep. And it will pull up all the PCPs in Wayne County. And as you can see, it pulls up 1,032. Um, and then you can print that out and go through it that way.
okay,
Now, what I was going to show you real quick, just that way we're not missing anything on looking up a provider. When you click on the provider and you go back to that same spot, find a provider.
okay,
If you scroll down, because I get this question as well, pharmacies, you can access it right here if you scroll down. And if you click on that, you'll see Optum. That's who all our pharmacy goes through, is all Optum. Then you have the external links. So Silver and Fit, if they're trying to find a gym, right there.
okay,
If they're trying to figure out their vision and healthy savings cards, right
okay,
there, it's through Income. If they're trying to find somebody for Papa Health, right there, you click on that. And then also the dental benefits. So we have the dental benefits right here from Michigan, both the Excel and the DSNP plan, so the maximum. So if you click on those, it will take you directly to those carriers and those third parties so that you can search for it that way. So if you're trying to find them through our website, you won't find a dentist on this website. You'll have to go through Delta Dental.
okay. Now, is it the Delta Dental PPO or the Premier, or which one, do you know?
When I click on to the HMO, it is the PPO and Premier.
Oh, both of them,
Yep.
okay,
So it
great,
pulls everything right up. All you do is
great,
you type in I'll use my zip code right here and we'll just do a search. And there we go. So we have all of the dentists that are near me that accept Delta Dental. So it makes it very easy for us to navigate through. You can still search by trying to type in their name. You can do it that way. If you go back, Delta Dental does have that capability.
okay.
But again, like you could search by facility, all that stuff.
Okay, now that's the HMO POS plan, is the PPO and the Premier, or both?
We have the PPO, I believe, is for the HMO POS. The Premier is for the DSNP.
The Premier is for the DSNP, okay,
Yeah.
wow, that is great, actually. Yeah. Also, one other question is that the network of providers, is it the same for both the HMO POS and the
Yeah.
DSNP? Same
Yeah.
net.
Same network.
Same network.
Like I said, the only county that we're not in is Monroe for DSNP. So
Yes,
you won't
that I
find a
understand.
provider for DSNP in that area. But
That I
yes, it's the
understand.
same on both.
Okay, that is great. Okay. And one other question is, how do I order material? I know that's on the broker's hub as well. Do you
Mhm.
need a login and a password as well for that, or?
Yep. So when you go right here to the broker hub again, right next to the provider directory, you'll see order materials.
Okay.
Click on that. It will walk you through, what you're supposed to be doing, making sure that you're able to order the materials. If it's your first time ordering materials for CCA,
Okay.
when you get here, you're going to want to click on not a registered user. Click here, and the here is the hyperlink, so it's kind of funny, but
Yeah.
click on here and it will be to set up your account. Then you'll be able to set it up and then you'll be able to log in. Once you log in to the portal here, I'm just going to log in here. You'll see all of the different options. So you can choose Massachusetts, California, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Michigan. So we
Okay.
want to choose Michigan. We have the Spanish, Arabic, and English materials. So you want to make sure that you're choosing the right language that you need.
Yeah.
And then you choose the material that you need to have. Now we're constantly adding stuff to this, so always feel free to check back and say like, oh, you know what? Let me see if there's anything new on there. And this is the reason why I say, like, hey, keep checking back because there may be something that you want to get, but you need enrollment books, okay? Like for instance, you need enrollment books. Let's say we need 25 enrollment books. We're going to add that to the cart, and boom, that's now added to my cart. Now I go to my order or to my cart to check out, and I choose my location. So everything populates here. And then I see that, yep, okay, that's correct. Now here's the great part, payment method. The brokers don't have to pay for any of the materials that are on our website that we're offering. We give it to you for free. No shipping costs, no cost to print it, nothing. So all you have to do is after you have everything already loaded, you just click place this order now, boom, and we'll ship it right to your house.
Okay. Anything can be customized from this, Yosh? Like, for example, if I want to do, if I have an agent who's doing like a marketing, postcards,
Mhm.
anything that can be customized with the name of the agents, the agency, or so forth.
That should be coming up.
Okay.
Think this one actually. Yep. So we do have some of it already loaded here. So
Okay.
you can see the DSNP event flyer. You can click it to customize it with the information on there.
Cool.
We're adding more. There were several other requests that we've already put in saying like, hey, we want to make sure that we can put this in there. But as you can see,
There
like
you go.
just put in
Yeah.
all of the information, it will update it, and then that way you'll be able to get it printed. So we do have some stuff that's on there. Not everything is customizable just yet.
Okay.
We're still working on that and bringing in some more materials.
Okay. Great. 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 Okay. This is really good. I tell you what, I love it. Now, any suggestions as far as grassroots marketing? We're all looking, the agents looking for sales.
Mm-hmm.
Any ideas of how to do like grassroots? So, general ideas.
Yeah. So the big thing that I would say for grassroots marketing is it in what's worked for me and what I've seen worked for other brokers are the ones that really are tapped into the community events. They are not just sitting there saying like, oh, okay, I just want to go to this senior expos and do those. They're really tapping into the things that one that they care about. So if they're a veteran, they're tapping into the veteran events and they're heading to those and connecting with those that population. If they speak a certain language and maybe they have a religious denomination, they're going to that church and they're making sure that church knows, hey, I'm a Medicare agent. This
Mhm.
is what I do. Is there a way for me to set up a table outside or in the lobby so that if people have questions after service they can come by? We've seen a lot of success from that. And for me, one thing that I've always liked is if you are going to do like the senior housing, which is it's great, just make sure you're not going into a place where it's senior housing and they're getting treatment at the same time. So you don't want to go to a rehab senior housing, you want to go to like just a regular senior housing area. Make sure that you're if you're going to do an event there or you're going to attend one of their events, that it's an event that you'd like to do. You can always tell when a broker goes in and they don't like playing bingo and they're at the bingo event. like they're yelling out the numbers and they're just like not enthused about it. Don't go to the things that you don't like. Like if you like line dancing and they're doing a line dancing thing, go to that. Volunteer for those events. The more that you are involved and seen, the more they recognize you and the more that population will trust you to actually give you the business. Everything in Medicare is about relationships. It's not about the sale, it's about the relationship
That's correct.
because
Yep.
they're going to keep talking to you. And that person is going to say, hey, can you help this person? This person, can you help this person? It becomes a relationship and referral business after that point. So everywhere that you go, always be keeping your head on a swivel and looking around like, is that something I like to do? Is that not something I would like to do? Do I want to be involved with that? Do I have the time to be involved with that? Can I give that my energy? And if that's a yes, do it because that's going to get you more sales. It's going to get you stronger sales and the persistency on your book than if you sit there and you do a senior expo or you're doing just a regular Medicare 101 at a random location that nobody knows you. We can advertise as much as we want and bring in the people that we want. But at the end of the day, if you're not making those connections and they don't know who you are, you're
Mhm.
not going to get that call back. You're not going to get that sale.
Yes, that is correct. Yep, yep. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you. These are really good answers to questions. I guess that will be it for us questions. But thank you, Yosh, so much for this awesome presentation. This video, this is recorded webinar, so it will be available on our YouTube page, our YouTube channel. And really appreciate you again, Yosh. I'm very excited about CCA, especially the DSNP. Now, if any agent watching and they're not contracted with CCA and would like to, please give me a call. Telephone number 248-946-4640. And I'm at extension 127 to get you started. It really is very, very simple to get appointed. All what you need to do is fill out a form and then we'll return it back to us and we'll handle the rest with sending it to CCA to get you appointed, and then you'll get a invitation to complete the certification, and you will be all ready to sell. So, you can email me also if you have any question. The email is drassam, my first initial last name at iadbrokerage.com. Once again, thank you very much, Yosh, for this awesome presentation, and that will be it, unless you want to add something else.
No, thank you for having me, David. And I look forward to
Thank
keep
you.
working with IAD.
Thank you so much. Actually, let's hope we get more, agents engaged into knowing the value of CCA. And it's shown right there on the presentation. I'll be emailing that presentation to agents. So, and also the video will become available very, very, very soon. So thank you so much, everyone. And thank you, Yosh, and have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.